Guys, welcome to Shift Happens, and I'm Tyler here. And today I want to talk about the reasons to say no at work. Whether it's stuff you shouldn't be doing out of your job description, stuff you're unsafe with, physically and mentally. It's very, very important that we don't forget about, because some stuff can damage us, and we bring that home to our home life, and it becomes burnout eventually, because your boss or employer is taking advantage of you. So here's some top 5 reasons. So you say no at work to protect your peace, and protect your time and energy. I mean, if you're always constantly asked to stay late, come in early, work through your lunch break, through any break really, you can say no. Because before work, after work, that's your time. And don't give away your time. You're giving away so much of your time just being there for them. And I have a feeling if you're watching this, you're not too fond of your employer. And you might be being taken advantage of. And that's not okay. So, this is your time, your energy with your spouse, your kids, your hobbies. And you're allowed to say no if that means staying late, coming in early, especially if you're unpaid. Say no, because you'll become a yes man if you don't. You can say no to maintain the quality and standards, so that what you're doing isn't sloppy, rushed, looks like bad performance, or that you don't know your job, because you do, but you're getting burnt out, and you want to maintain standards of quality for everything you do. And when you constantly say yes to more projects and more things that are onto your plate, those standards drop. So find a happy medium between what your duties actually are and things you want to say yes to or no to. Next one is definitely uphold your boundaries. It reinforces the respect for your role and responsibilities. You have a job description, and everything on that description is what you should be doing, and nothing more. Once they pay you extra to do these things and you're okay with that, don't do them. It's only hurting you and those around you that love you. You end up missing time with your kids because you're staying late to do something, and you don't get the time back with your kids, your wife, your friends. So hold that boundary of your time. And you can decline jobs that don't match your goals, skill, or the scope of the job. Let's say you're a cook, and they ask you to stay late at the retirement home you're working at to help with housekeeping. Does that align with your role you're hired for? No, not even close. That's what I mean. So say no. You're allowed to. Don't be afraid to say no. And you want to create space for better opportunities. And free up your time for high impact work. Stuff that matters. I'll use a cook example again, because I'm one. So I can say no to doing longer hours and coming in early and working through all my breaks, because I want to save that time and energy to actually make tonight's meal amazing and blow them away. Okay, no, I'm not coming in early. I'm not staying in late this week. And then Friday comes around, supper time, dinner, I put all my energy into that one thing that I'm passionate about, that people will see, care about. And that's where you use your energy. Use your energy on date night with your wife. Use the energy on an hour of playtime with your kids. Use an hour to make a phone call to a friend you haven't talked to in a long time. And I promise you, the extra hour is going to be way, way better used than sitting at work. So say no. I can't stress it enough. If you say yes to everything, you're a yes man, and that builds the reputation to the management that you will say yes to everything. Can you stay late? Yep. Come in early? Yep. Can you do this extra thing? Yep. And then that trains them so that they know if they ever ask you again, oh, he'll say yes. He always says yes. And now you're doing way more extra work than you paid for, missing out on time with your loved ones, and you're not being paid more to do these extra jobs that are someone else's responsibility. Just because it's easier to ask you to get a yes than someone else and calling around to see who can come in and do these jobs. So I urge you to don't be a yes man. Good movie, but don't do that. Not in your job. So just a few things I was thinking about, because I used to be a yes man and it burnt me out so much. When I sit back and realize that half the things I'm burnt out from aren't even my job. And I'm stressing out over it for no reason. So eliminate those things, say no, stand up for yourself, and don't let it turn to burnout. Best you can. And remember who you are in that job and what your description is. Alright guys, thanks for listening to me ramble. Like, subscribe, you know the deal. And I'll see you on the next one.